Hello, everyone, and welcome to another webinar from the Wealth Building CPA. I'm your host, Yasmin Razak, and it is my pleasure today to chat with our client of the month, Jamon Fields. He is a former Wealth Building CPA employee, and he now runs his own successful tag and title business. Hello, and thank you for joining us today, Jamon.
Thank you, Yasmin, for your warm welcome. I'm happy to be here.
Great. Now, before we get to our conversation, I'd just like to talk a little bit about Ebere Okoye and her services for those of you who are looking to focus on building wealth. So Ebere is a CPA. She is an active real estate investor, and she is the founder of the Wealth Building CPA. She owns real estate investments in 5 states across the Eastern Coast, and she has helped over 5,000 people just like you, prepare their taxes online and offline. And her greatest joy comes from helping clients, friends, and associates to become free of financial stress. So if you would like to be free of financial stress, let Ebere and her team make your financial life more profitable by booking a free consultation at the number on the screen. Okay, welcome to our guest, Jamon Fields. How are you today, Jamon?
I'm well. I'm doing good.
Tell us a little bit about how you got started in your career. I know that you started as an intern at the Wealth Building CPA. What was that experience like?
So when I was working with the Wealth Building CPA, I had started off as an intern. I had to have been like 14 because I remember I was still in the ninth grade, and my neighbor, he had introduced me to a burr. I always knew I wanted to do something with either accounting or finance. So when I was introduced with this opportunity to work as an intern at a CPA's firm, I jumped on the opportunity right then and there.
Right. That's great that you got started so young. Usually at that age, many people have no idea what they want to do with their lives. So that's a good start. So tell us about what it was like when you were working with the Ebere. I know you had the opportunity to do things like speak on her behalf at events and really, roll your sleeves up and get involved. Tell us about some of your experiences doing that.
My experience was great. In retrospect, I learned a lot in the business, but I also got like a professional kind of the environment. I needed the environment to groom that professional side of myself. And so I had some really good examples at the office. So, not only Burr, but her brother David was and the staff, everybody was professional. So it kind of rubbed off on me that kind of professional quality. Miss Burr, she was my boss. Like, anything that she needed me to do, I would do it because I knew at the end of the day this was only a stepping stone into something greater, and I knew that she was a professional herself. So, anything that she would tell me to do, I didn't hesitate to do it because I knew that I was always going to get something out of the activity. I was always going to learn something, and I was going to become a better professional no matter what. It was easy for me to work for her because I knew that this is what I wanted to do.
Okay, so you were working, learning the industry in accounting, but did you also accompany her to events?
I had to go to some real estate club events and speak on the company's behalf. I think I went to a couple events with her, but then after 2 or 3 events, she put me out there on my own, and I was able to speak at these club events and just really get a sense of how to promote and how to advertise for the company. And I still use some of those same skills for the day.
Okay, well, that's great experience for a young person. Now, how did you, because you
Right.
were still at school at this point, how did you balance your studies with working?
I just made it happen. Especially when I was in college, I could schedule my classes around my work times. So I think maybe 2 years ago when I was juggling both of these things, so I would schedule my classes in the afternoon and then go to work during the day. So I would go to work from like, especially during the tax season, I would go to work around like 8 o'clock, 9, and then I would leave at 3. to get the class in the afternoon, and then I had some classes online too, so it just made it easier for me to handle.
Okay, well, that's great. That shows dedication right there to be able to
Right,
balance all of that and not get overwhelmed. So kudos to you for managing that. So obviously you're learning a lot
thank you.
during your internship, you're getting hands-on experience, you're still trying to graduate
Right,
college. What would you say the most
right.
important lesson you learn at the Wealth Building CPA now that you are a business owner? What's the biggest lesson you took away from that?
Ebere is a professional. So I really just learned how to be professional. I learned how to deal with customers in a professional manner. You can get other people to run the business for you. You can hire people to, to handle the front desk or to do taxes, but you can't get people to be professional for you. Small things that I picked up that really helped me today and that I use today.
All right. Well, that was great experience for you. So tell us about the business you run now. What is it, and who do you serve?
I run a tag and title business. We're licensed by the state of Maryland to do some of the same things that the NVA does. We deal with titling and registrations for cars, for vehicles. We serve Maryland residents. We can do VA tag and titles. We can do Maryland tag and titles. So we're able to serve a variety of people.
Okay, great. And so, what's the name of the business, and how can people get in touch with you?
So the name of my business is Tag and Title at Hilltop. They can get in touch with me through Instagram at Tag and Title at Hilltop, or they can, they can call us, or they can visit us on the website www.tagandtitleathilltop.com.
It's great. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us today, Jamon. I'm sure you've inspired a lot of young people to persevere in pursuing their dream as business owners. And we wish you continued success.
Thank you. And just one more thing, I mention this every chance I get. I want to thank Miss Ebere and her company, just helping me with all of my endeavors. I consider them family. I'm just blessed to have experience or to have an experience like I had when I was young. The Wealth Building CPA was one of the greatest experiences of my life in my professional endeavors.
Wow, that's a great testimonial. And I forgot to ask you earlier on actually about the revenue share program. Did you tell
Yeah.
me how you participated in that?
The reason I got into the revenue share program was because I was doing my business. I was working at my office doing the tag and title stuff. But then when I was free, I would just have free time. So I opted into the revenue share program at the Wealth Building CPA. So I would just deplete people's taxes. I would go through the whole process because I mean it's different from me working in the office. If I worked in the office, I probably work on one portion of this person's taxes and then it would go to someone else to be completed. But when you do the revenue share program, you gotta complete the whole person's file on your own. So I mean, I got into it because I got into it out of necessity. I needed to be here at my office, but it was a great opportunity for me to make some money on the side.
That's great. Thanks again for speaking to us, Jamon, and we wish you continued success.